Peace, love, and light collective. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cusp of Roses Tarot for your full moon in Virgo chakra reading. I am very excited to get this reading out to you all. I know it's coming a little bit behind the full moon. We are still very much in full moon energy right now. But I thank you for your patience. I was called to do some heavy meditation and clearing and just kind of, a lot of meditation during like at the height of the full moon. So that's why I had to put my focus there, listen to my guides, and do what they tell me to do. So I thank you. I thank you guys for that. I thank you for your patience. I will be getting all of these videos out, I promise, for Pisces season. I know we're cutting it close, but it will definitely happen, okay? So just bear with me. Thank you again for your patience, for all your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions. I really do appreciate it. If you are new to this channel, welcome to the family. This is just a kind of like a collective reading to just see where we are based on the full moons, you know, based on what intentions we've been setting, you know, what manifestations we've been working on, just to kind of see where the collective is as a whole, okay? So in this reading, I use the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, and then the Work Your Light Oracle for some advice, okay? I'm going to try to keep this to around 30 minutes. I'm going to try to do that with all my videos just because it's easier to upload, okay? So go ahead and check the description box if you are new to chakras or the 7 main chakras that govern the human form. Go ahead and see the description box for just little details on each one. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, my information is below. Go ahead and shoot me an email and we'll discuss everything via email, okay? And just as a forewarning, just like everybody, I please remain safe, okay, with this virus going around. It's so crazy because I actually I almost forgot that I had a dream kind of very similar to what's happening now. So I had to deal with that for a little bit. I can't lie, it freaked me out just a little. But I'm all good now. I understand what's going on. And then we're just gonna bear through this, okay, guys? So just keep washing your hands, stay clean, not stay away from people, but just don't go into big crowds. Just do your best to maintain, okay? And we'll just pray for the best, yeah? All right, so speaking of prayer, let's just go ahead and hop into our prayer. So if you have any affirmations, any mantras, meditations that you like to do, quick ones to just connect with your higher self, with your divine source or your spiritual team, please do so as I pray, okay? Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Holy Spirit, Ascended Masters of Light, my own divine ancestral council, and all archangels, thank you so, so much for being here with me and with the collective. During this full moon cycle and with all that is going on in the world, we are just so grateful and thankful that you are here with us, protecting us, guiding us, lifting us up, encourage every day to do what we can, to do our very best, to face whatever comes at us with an open heart, an open mind, and with love, with joy, with laughter, and with peace. We're grateful to be a part of your lineage. We're grateful to just be here learning all that we can. We're just so grateful that you walk with us day in and day out in this lifetime and beyond. We're just humbly asking that you continue to protect us, continue to shield us, continue to let us know, give us signals, give us signs on what we need to do to remain safe, to stay protected, and to ultimately continue to grow and to continue to love and have compassion for others through this time, okay? We thank you and we love you, and so it is. Whew, okay, y'all. All right, so just off the bat, I was not focused, so I'm not going to take those, but impartiality, crown chakra, expansion in the throat chakra, exactly. Oh, how did you guys get in here? Little sneakies. All right, sorry about that. But, so just this full moon was heavy. I don't know about anybody else, but it was heavy. And it was mainly just heavy energetically. Like, I just felt the weight of it. Virgo energy being like an intuitive earth sign, the most, I feel, most intuitive earth sign, really was like so grounding, but then very just eye-opening. It was just like super, super in the world, super in the 3D, but just third eye just beaming open. And then that's when my guides were like, yeah, we need to do some sleep meditations. Like, I had to do some work. Okay. My soul just had to do some work. So, yeah, where I'm really feeling it is just definitely crown chakra. So that was kind of accurate. Throat chakra for sure. And then a lot of sacral. So I feel like this full moon in Virgo really aided those who work well from their creative center. Really aided them to see things clearly, to organize themselves, almost like reinitiate a sense of self-discipline, which Virgo is so good. Yeah, we got perseverance. Virgo is really good at that, disciplining themselves for what they want, being very like to code and to process when it comes to getting things done, right? Like, just very, very much so an overthinker as well. So that could have been plaguing a lot of peeps, which is why maybe the crown chakra might have been blasting open. You could have been feeling a lot of energy in that area or a lot of pressure. Okay, so depends on where you are in your own energetic journey. Now, mind you, you know yourself better than any reader, okay? So just take what resonates from this reading and leave the rest for everybody else, all right? Okay, thank you so much. Ancestors, what's going on with this moon? Yeah, wisdom in the heart chakra. Absolutely beautiful. Our hearts are growing wiser. We're learning more. We're starting to feel the balance of life moving from your heart center, moving from that of center of abundance, moving with that abundance in mind. It's giving us wisdom as a collective. That's awesome. Anything else? Wow, more heart chakra gossip. Okay. Yeah. And I think as this wisdom is happening, those who maybe haven't been so in tune with their energy of abundance, or have maybe been watching you get in tune with your energy of abundance, may be feeling some type of way because it's not going down the same for them. Or, whatever the case may be, it just might be that divide. It's getting very black and white for those who are on a spiritual journey, those who haven't, those who are just beginning, right? We're starting to all kind of see each other from the spiritual eye rather than the physical eye. And I think that those who are still using their physical eyes, it's a real difference. And I totally feel like all that is happening right now in the world is, even just all that has happened since the beginning of this year, is really, really showing and telling exactly how rapidly and how quickly we are ascending as a collective, right? So a lot of purging. Mama Earth needs to purge. So unfortunate to say, right? We have fires, things start sparking, things are spreading. You know what I mean? There's shifting happening, okay? Just major shifting happening. So everybody just hang in. Is there anything else for this full moon in Virgo? Thank you. Dealing with rejection, okay? Crown chakra, like I said, crown chakra. So rejection is more or less about not following your intuition, right? In this particular story, it's a painter who was painting, doing his thing. He had guides, right? You see all the guides around them, the three around them, giving them information, but he kept rejecting them, right? And then he got rejected for, I think it was like something he was going for. And then their guides coming back in now, like, okay, like, are you ready to receive the information that we're saying? Are you ready to receive the guidance? Are you ready to not be rejected? Okay, so some of us may be rejecting or resisting any type of shift or change that is occurring in the collective. It's important to do your very best to try to embrace it as much as possible. Ascension is not a comfortable process, okay? It's not sunshine and rainbows. There are sunshine and rainbows at some times, but that's usually after the storm, right? So a lot of us are going through a storm, in the eye of the storm. Maybe you're just seeing it coming towards you. Do not fear it. Just try to remain grounded, try to remain open and at peace as much as possible, and allow it to happen. So this is a good point where Virgo, this full moon in Virgo, is allowing us to see our steps clearly, not only in the 3D and be very grounded in that, but also through our third eye, so that we are able to discern, like discern whether this my emotion, is this someone else's emotion, is this something that's been in my family, right? So you looking at storms or tower moments, right, in that way, it helps kind of, for me, it helps put it in perspective to where it's like, okay, this isn't something that I've gone through in my particular lifetime this time, but I can look back through my family history and definitely see where this has been passed down. So it's on my shoulders to adjust it, to clear it, to transmute it, right? So you can understand it, so it doesn't have to be so personal, right? Sometimes it is personal, sometimes it's not, okay? Sometimes you're just that person in your family bloodline who has to clear out that energy, okay? So it's just important to just keep a healthy perspective. Virgo is very good at that, so I think that's what's aiding everybody. And it is, as some of us are gaining wisdom, if there's going to be more talk, more discord, more disconnect with others, right? This is like what I'm saying, this shift of, you see she's like happy, you see she got art supplies in her hand, she's being creative, she's enjoying her abundance, and then these two people here are just like completely despondent, right? Not excited at all. So it's that type of shifting that you're going to start seeing with this full moon as the energy continues for 2 weeks. And I'm really, really getting pulled to say, please do not reject any downloads, anything you're seeing in your dreams. It can be scary. Yes, some of you might even be having encounters with angelic beings or your ancestors for the first time. Try not to be alarmed. Do your very, very best to remain calm, okay? Remember, we are all energy. Everything is just energy. As so long as you are walking, in that mindset of peace, in that mindset of abundance, everything should mellow out. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you'll get through it, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's go ahead and dig a little deeper. So we got some beautiful heart chakra energy. So go ahead and check out that playlist section on my channel. I have chakra meditation music that you can go ahead and put a heart chakra meditation on every day, once a day, twice a day, all day, depending on where you are in your own energetic journey, okay? And then definitely do some crown chakra work to make sure, and maintenance. It's super important to keep your crown chakra healthy, just because, like I said, energy is energy. So negative energy can get in there, positive energy can get in there, right? So to be able to discern or even just filter, keeping a healthy crown chakra can help you do that, right? So you know for sure that this is coming from a divine source, as opposed to, that was the 8 of coins. Yeah, that's the work and the focus. Focus heavily on that crown chakra, just so that you are tuning it to the frequency of love, tuning it to the frequency of positivity, so that that is what comes in and not negativity, right? Because you can have an open crown chakra, but just be very negative in energy and attracting that, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? Ooh, all right. So we got the 3 of coins, temperance, and strength. Yes, I love that. 3 of coins. This is solar plexus energy, okay? I'm going to put this under wisdom because it's exactly what they're letting me know. Yeah, it's this 3 of coins energy. It's this joint effort. It's this, everybody's working for a common goal. And you see how she's almost like coming up here to paint the sun? It's like the pentacle is the sun. Right, it's everyone in the collective. The collective is moving towards this joint effort of getting more in tune with nature. As you can see in this card, right? These bushes have spirits here too. She's holding the energy of life in her stomach. You know, you have the dove, you have the spirit, all of that. So it's getting more in tune with nature. And it's like the more that we focus in on, right, grounding ourselves, earthing, being under the sun, sitting by a tree, being by water, like the more we start really getting in tune and spending time with the natural elements around us, the more wisdom we can gain through our heart chakra, the more wisdom you'll gain from just seeing the abundance of blossoms happening, right? Like that's a direct reflection of what's coming in for a lot of us, right? What's coming in for the collective. We're moving into springtime. So it's all happening at a pace that is, I feel, a little bit rapid, which is why temperance would be out here. This is Sagittarian energy. This is the angel of alchemy, the angel of balance, right? The angel of patience. Okay? Nature definitely will teach you that patience is key in anything that you're doing, right? It takes time for blossoms to happen. It takes time for a seed to grow. It does not happen overnight. It doesn't even happen in a week or a month. It takes seasons to pass and to change, and elemental things to change and to happen in order for a simple seed to just sprout out of the ground into something beautiful, right? So temperance reminds us in our root chakra that to remain balanced, to keep a balanced connection to our 3D, right? I think a lot of the times when we deal with these pandemics, or we deal with anything that is global or affecting a lot of people, or even just a specific population of people, it's so easy to get caught up in the hysteria of it. It's very easy to do that. And I think that this is just that reminder to use wisdom, okay? Use wisdom coming from your heart. Tune into your heart center, tune into your channel of abundance, right? Use wisdom on what to do, what not to do, how to connect, what not to connect with, right? And to keep balanced. So don't take everything that everyone is saying as truth, right? Use that discernment. Also, I feel temperance is also very much a discernment, a message of discernment, right? To be able to say, okay, this is this cup, this is that cup. We're going to blend this in to get something that's kind of in that middle, right? Like there's two extremes. There are people who feel like this is nothing happening at all, right? Like nothing is going on. And then there's people who are feeling everything and freaking out about everything and going a little overboard with buying things and hoarding things, right? So this is that call. Use wisdom. Okay, y'all, remain balanced. Understand that this is developing. Everything is happening for a reason. We just have to make sure that we're attuned with our own abundance so that we can see that reason and then see our role in this whole thing, okay? And it's going to require strength, definitely. This is sacral chakra energy, okay? This is taming that beast. So whether this beast be, right, so this could be a lot of things. This could be taming that beast of overthinking, right, with this Virgo moon. Having the strength to not overthink. Having the strength to remain balanced with temperance, right? Having the strength to work with others, to compromise. Having the strength to be compassionate, right? I'm also getting this energy of just keeping others in your thoughts, right? Like we're all in this together. This is not me versus you, or you versus them, or us versus them. No, that we all have to come together and unite and work through whatever's going on in the collective, work through this shift together to remain balanced. And that is going to require a lot of strength. It's going to require a lot of us to look at our demons, look at those beasts within us, right? That beast of overthinking, or that beast of whatever, right? It's looking at that and taming it and saying, no, I'm not going to allow myself to get hysterical, or I'm not going to not think about this, right? It's finding that happy medium, that happy balance, okay? Having the strength to do so. And what's very interesting is like, you have the root, the sacral, and the solar. Those are the three lower chakras that kind of govern our lower nature, or our more carnal nature, right? Our more physical nature. So it's important to be very aligned with the physical right now, in order to what's the word, spirit? In order to in order to increase and expand the wisdom that is available now. I think that a lot of people are learning a lot about others. You know what I mean? Just like really seeing where people's mindset is. And that's one thing about pandemics or these just global crises, is it really shows you where everybody is on their journey, right? Whether they're completely despondent, right, thinking that this is all just gossip, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, it just shows you where everything is. And a lot of people can start to feel some type of way based on your opinions. It's just like with politics, right? That's why they say never bring it up at a dinner table, right? Because it will polarize the energy, right? It's cool and everyone's on surface and everyone's with their, daytime mask on or whatever. And, we're all intervening with each other or talking to each other. But once you really start talking about issues where people have strong opinions or situations that require strong opinions, that's when all of that can kind of, that energy of gossip or people looking at you a different way or feeling some type of way towards you, just ignore it. And not even ignore it in the way of like acting like it's not there. Address it if you feel like it, but know that that's just what's happening, right? You're seeing a shift now because either you've shifted consciousness or the people around you have shifted consciousness, and that's the separation that's happening. Okay. Let's go ahead and look into gossip. Thank you so much, ancestors. What do we have? 2 of coins. Exactly. Sacral energy. I think this is super, super interesting because it's the 2 of coins under gossip, meaning like there's this balance, right? There's this indecisiveness. And I think that a lot of folks there's so much that it's happening all at the same time, which is just super intense. I know. There's people going through a spiritual awakening while we're dealing with this global pandemic. So it's that energy of, yes, thank you, Spirit. It's that energy of, okay, what we know, or what we hopefully know by now, is that our mind, our thoughts, our energy, whatever we put that behind is what we breathe life into. And I think that a lot of people are starting to figure out, or at least really see that from a very creative point of view, right? That I have the choice to walk through this door, hop on this ship, take these 2 coins, and make it happen the way that I see fit, the way that my spirit sees fit. And that's not going to look right for everyone, right? That's not going to be in alignment with everybody. That's not going to, look the same as everyone. And that could be why that gossip is coming in. Some of us are walking through a new threshold, right? Deciding to start new paths, deciding to move and shift along with this shift. And then some people are deciding not to. So it's just that energy, which is very interesting. Very interesting. What else about gossip? Yeah, Princess of Swords. And I think too, it's a lot of eyes. Everyone is watching everybody right now, right? Like everyone's concerned. Everyone is kind of heightened on this sense of awareness. And this Princess of Swords, in this deck, all the pages are princesses. So this is gender neutral, okay? But it's this element of learning and shifting. This is, for me, Page of Swords is a shifting card. It's where you shift those thoughts. You're open to new thoughts. You're willing to explore new modes of communication. And I think that's exactly with this heart chakra energy. That's what that is. Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords could also be gossip too. So that's right in accordance. It's a lot of people watching what's happening, seeing people shift their energies, or seeing how people are shifting with all that's going down, and then kind of just discussing it. And I think that I don't really see this gossip as like a bad thing. I see it as just an eye-opening thing where you, again, like I said, you really get to see where people are in their own journey in life. You get to see where people are in their mental, how they think when things like this happen. And I think that could be causing, a little bit of gossip. Like, oh, I mean, you guys know. And then last we have the Ace of Wands, right? So a lot of us, okay, thank you for that correction. A lot of us are going to start seeing things with a new light. I had a very interesting revelation with the Ace of Wands in a reading that I did. And it was about the wand being illumination, right? That Ace of Wands is divine coming in and illuminating something in spirit. Because in this particular deck, the Ace of Wands is on fire, and that's not a normal depiction for the Ace of Wands. But in this deck, it's the root chakra, right? It's a new spiritual tie. It's a new connection, a new grounding in your reality. And I think that this is what this Two of Coins and Princess of Swords, I think folks are watching other folks hold tight to their spiritual truth, hold tight to this new beginning in the 3D. And I think it's showing, right? It's showing in how people are reacting or how people are being proactive. It's showing in just the shifts, what people are going through. It's showing in how people are communicating or interacting with each other. It's showing. So this is this new spark in the root, in our security, in our base, in what ties us and grounds us to this earth. Some of us are holding very, very tightly to this new energy, this new path, this new threshold to walk through as people are watching. Yeah. And those that are watching are currently in a hangman situation, where they're getting a new perspective, right? They're trying to either be enlightened or they're being enlightened. This is definitely going through a spiritual awakening. I want to say this is also crown chakra. Yes, this is crown chakra energy, okay? And it's just, again, like I was saying, the gossip, where this gossip is coming from with all that's happening, it's really giving people a new perspective on who can be a part of this Two of Coins, right? Who can be a part of this new path, who can partake in this Ace of Wands energy, and, you know, who is just not there yet. And then we have the Devil energy, which is sacral chakra, okay? This is illusions. This is, yes, this is illusions. This is attachments, right? That it's like, thank you, Spirit, because I was like, where are we going with that one? This is that energy. Understand that if you are going through these shifts and going through these changes and you're taking it, right? You're moving, you're grooving, you're sliding with it. It doesn't seem to be affecting you. You seem to still be able to enjoy yourself or find joy, find laughter, find abundance through all of these shifts and these changes. There are going to be people who are going to show up as shadow energy because they're not aligned with that light. And that's what that is. Those who are in this new awakening, those who are at least going through this awakening, are really starting to see the shadow energies around them, the shadow energies, even just in the global sense, right? Like, we're starting to see the holes and the gaps in a lot of processes, you can say, or a lot of, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at processes, okay? We're starting to see just what's controlling what and who's aligned with what, okay? And that could definitely be causing a lot of gossip, okay? Let's go ahead and look into rejection. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. What do we have for rejection? Yeah, the Chariot. So someone... Right. And like I was saying, some of us, when you're, okay, those getting this enlightenment, those going through this hangman, right? And I think too, what this enlightenment could be is that for anyone who's experienced being gossiped about right now, or like experiencing this big shift between you and those around you, they're looking at it in a way where it's like, okay, let me flip the angle. You're going through this awakening, or we're going through this expansion, holding on to this Ace of Wands, right? And as we do go through this, it's very, very easy, right, for those who are not on that journey to fall into devil energy, fall into their shadow, and do the whole, oh, you're too, you know what I mean? Start throwing attacks. That's kind of what I'm getting with this Princess of Swords. Start communicating in a very immature way, or communicating in a way that does not serve the greater good of all, or, you know, just sharing opinions or sharing, right? It's just this, it's this childish factor to it, right? And so that's what I mean. You're going to see who still has some healing to do, who still has that shadow energy, who, you know, who's good, who's in that same boat with you. And with this rejection and the chariot, it's this shift, right? The chariot is all about movement forward. It's all about shifting. It's all about following your true north, following your true star. And it's following your higher self, basically. And I think that this is maybe what some of us have been rejecting in the collective, is this sense of change, this sense of movement. Spirit guides, your angels might be pushing you to move towards someone, move towards an opportunity, move to another state, move to another job, create some sort of movement of making a move or shift in your mindset, a move or shift in your energy, in order for you to not be so defensive or guarded towards your crown chakra or getting any downloads. And this is like what I said, this is the time to really pay attention to what you are being told from your higher self and moving accordingly. That's exactly what that's about. Anything else? Yeah, justice. Wow. Heavy arcana here. We have throat chakra energy, okay? Or is this no, third eye? Yeah. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. This is third eye energy. So like I said, grounded, beautiful. Very grounded in the 3D with the root chakra, but very open in the third eye, right? Going through that awakening. That's this Virgo full moon energy. And then we have justice, again, in the third eye. And I think that that's kind of what's being reconciled, is I think either people are being pulled back through moments in time where they're like, oh, I should have movement or making a shift or moving towards this or creating some sort of change around this would have brought me justice. And it's like you're seeing that now. And there's communication coming in. So someone as well, yeah, this is throat chakra. I'm so sorry, y'all. The blues are very close together, okay? But yeah, it's someone. Yeah. Okay, it's not somebody in 3D. It's definitely your spiritual team. Yeah. It's your spiritual team calling you to justice to make some sort of movement, right? Making some sort of shift, some sort of movement, some sort of change has been coming in and I'm feeling like this isn't all of you as a collective. This is just like a group of collective. This might be a group in the collective that is going through an awakening or just having their first initiations into awakening, where they're realizing that they rejected some sort of guidance that would have brought them justice, some guidance to move forward or move to the left, move to the right, that would have brought them justice, that would have helped them maybe even communicate and bring light, bring justice, bring balance to something. But ultimately, it was to come and stand into your King of Swords energy, okay? Now, mind you, we all have masculine and feminine within, so this is for everybody. This is crown chakra energy, okay? Crown chakra energy, being the King of Swords, this is what your spirit guides are calling, our spirit guides are calling us to do, is to remain very grounded and very passionate and very connected to the truth, okay? And I think that that's exactly why this shadow energy, the devil, is coming out, because there is a lot of gossip going on with all that's happening. And I definitely feel like this is definitely just a collective on the global dealing with this pandemic. Virgo full moon is getting everybody very, very fixated on the truth, which is perfect. Mind you, that's perfect, because with these pandemics, with these huge shifts in our Earth's energy, or just with the collective human body as a whole, it is super, super, super imperative to remain connected to the truth. And it's very, very easy for lies and illusion to start spreading around as gossip, right? And then that kind of deters and pushes people and starts splitting things that doesn't need to be split. So ultimately, do not reject the truth. And you will know the truth because you'll feel it in your gut. You'll feel it in your intuition. You'll be like, yeah, that feels right. And everyone's truth will be different, but it's your truth for a reason. So that's exactly what it is. Do not reject the truth of what you're seeing in your dreams. Do not reject the truth. And that's big for me. Woof. Don't reject the truth you're seeing in your dreams. Don't reject the truth that you feel or that you hear, right? Like, do not reject it, but just be very discerning about this. The King of Swords is fiery air, okay? So it's the more that you remain passionate about remaining in the truth, the easier you're going to be able to navigate and move through everything that's happening right now to bring justice not only to you, but to those around you, okay? All right, let's go ahead and check in with the Work Your Light Oracle. Let me just do one more shuffle. I shuffle the cards before. Okay, thank you so much, ancestors, for this beautiful spread. What do we need to know about this full moon in Virgo energy or this spread? Thank you so much. For the collective, what does the collective need to know? The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hit, soul, tribe. What did I say? It's all coming together. People, this is a major shift happening. This full moon in Virgo has brought in a very, very large shift in consciousness, shift in awareness. Okay, it's the Great Gathering. Soul tribe is coming together. People are starting to see who they're on the same frequency with and who they are not. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So like I said, don't reject those intuitive hits. Okay, do not reject those intuitive hits. Even if it doesn't make sense. Like, even if it's something that's like, that's not even happening right now. What the heck? Write it down. Hold on to it. Remember it. Okay? Because it could definitely happen down the line. That dream that I had about what's happening right now was months ago. Months ago. And it freaked me out. It freaked me. I'm not going to lie. It freaked me out. I was like, and I've had prophetic dreams like that before. And I don't know. I got to keep working with my guides on because even when I had the dream, I even debated. I was like, do I tell, I didn't know what to do with the information. So this is why it's super, super important to just be so in tune with your guides, in tune with the universe, in tune with yourself, in tune with the 3D, so that you can understand it from a full perspective and that you can move and do and bring justice and speak justice and bring light to the truth when they say so or when it's time, okay? Because had I shared that dream, I'm not saying that it would have changed anything, but that dream was par for course for literally everything that has happened. I had to get that together. Akasha, yep, your guidance is divinely guided. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. That's beautiful. So they're coming in and letting us know. Letting me know. That might just be for me, right? But yeah, we're giving you these dreams because it's a guidance in there. You're supposed to be guiding people. So my apologies about that, y'all. I will try to... Maybe I'll start posting channelings or something like that when I have those dreams or just when I have those moments. We'll see. Anything else, ancestors, for this full moon in Virgo for the collective? Anything else? Thank you. Boundaries. Yep. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Exactly. And I think that this is like gossip. This is exactly what I was saying. That illusionary energy, you're going to really start seeing where people are in their ascension, right? Where people are energetically. Now, this is not a point to judge. No one should be judge and executioner here, right? That is no one's job. This is not a point to judge, but it is a point to say, okay, you're no longer in alignment with my energy, or this environment is no longer in alignment with my energy. That thought pattern is no longer in alignment with my energy. I'm going to set boundaries, right? So, and this is exactly perfect. You see how she's not even letting the kind of like funky faces or the funky energy here affect her? It's like she's put a boundary around her own abundance, around her own heart energy to say, okay, just because you're not enjoying this or you're not finding the peace or finding happiness does not mean that I can't live in that, okay? And I think that a lot of the times, especially as we go through an awakening, right, it gets so intense sometimes that we often can't share it with just the average person, and that can sometimes make us feel isolated and kind of get us into this depressive mode where we're like, oh my God, I'm so alone, and da-da-da-da. You are never, ever, 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 ever alone. For those who are just going through maybe their first awakening, you are not alone. There are people who have experienced what you've experienced, gone through what you've gone through, and can support you through that, okay? But it is important to recognize the energetic differences and the energetic shifts that are happening and to set appropriate boundaries, okay, y'all? So thank you so, so much. Again, my apologies. I'm so grateful that you guys were patient with me to get this video out. Once I realized and connected like what's going on now in the world was in that dream, and then they were giving me so much more. They were like, you just meditate, don't even put the video out, you got to be in heavy meditation. So that's exactly what I did. But I'm out of it now, so we're good. Thank you all again just for your patience. I can't thank you enough. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys are so in tune with this divine timing and appreciate me giving this to you in quality rather than just quantity, okay? So thank you again for your patience, and I will see you in the new moon. All right, enjoy. Namaste.